game is going with the long throws, putting balls on the box all the time. I think more teams now are going to look for keepers that are tall, that are big, that can come for crosses and throw-ins. So yeah, and then obviously I'm putting Raya in third because I think he's that good. I really believe in him. He's been great for Arsenal. Again, he's not as big as the other keepers that we've just spoken about, but I think where he kind of matches up with them is that his distribution with his feet is very, very good. But then, you know, he's very agile as well. So that's my top three. But you can see my other two there as well, Martinez and Neuer, wasn't it? Yeah. So, I mean, Neuer the other night was unbelievable, by the way. Yeah, he made some big saves in the Champions League.
Back to peak Neuer, wasn't he?
Exactly, he was peak Neuer. And he's a sweeper. He is literally a sweeper. Like, you see him like way out. Sometimes he's going to make mistakes, don't get me wrong. But when you know you have a keeper there that you can fire the ball back to, you know, it's always great to have that.
Yeah, I mean, you take any of those five wouldn't you, in your side. Right, we'll be speaking to an Arsenal fan very shortly, but first... OK, so if you do that, you can do what Harry Symeou, Arsenal fan, is doing right now and having a chat with us. And I always like talking to Harry because he's very informed and he's very balanced. He's not up here and down here the next day.
So he's like me then?
He's not like you. He's not like you. Right, Harry, what do you reckon then? Is this Bournemouth game the biggest game of the season?
First of all, thanks, mate. I'll send you a check in the post. In terms of is it the biggest game of the season? Absolutely. And I feel like every game going forward is going to feel that way now because there's so much at stake. And, you know, it does feel like sometimes as Arsenal fans, our emotions are a little bit all over the place. But it's because we want it so badly. And we know that with Manchester City playing Chelsea this weekend after us on the Sunday, this is one of those weekends that could potentially be pivotal. Now, I wouldn't rule Chelsea out of going and winning there, Manchester City of going and winning there and getting the result that they need as well. But you look at the remaining fixtures and this feels like one of the weekends where we've probably got the upper hand in terms of the game that we're playing. So, yeah, big game. I don't like the fact it's a 12:30 kickoff, I've got to be honest. You always tend to get a sort of sleepy atmosphere at that time. So I think we need to make sure that as Arsenal fans going down to Emirates Stadium tomorrow, we're up for it and we're ready for it because I think the team is going to need us. I think they have struggled a little bit in recent weeks with energy levels, with cutting through oppositions and things like that. And I think we've got to do our part as fans when we head down there tomorrow. I really do.
Yeah, and it's been a tough couple of weeks, hasn't it? There's no disguise in that. How important was it then to get that last-minute winner against Sporting, not just come away with the draw? And also, has the overall performance, has that eased your nerves slightly ahead of tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it has. I said going into the Sporting game on the podcast that for me it was about going back to basics. It was going back to what Arsenal are, which is a very strong, dominant and very defensive, solid side. That's what we've been this season. And I know some people are afraid of embracing that tag. Some people are afraid of sort of giving oxygen to the conversation that maybe we're not the most entertaining team on the planet. But who cares if you win? And that's kind of where I'm at with it. So to nick the game in Lisbon the way we did and to get that late goal turned a solid performance into a good one. And we're in a great place in the Champions League. Let's take encouragement from that.
To be honest, I'm one of the supporters that I look at it and I say, right now, I don't care about performance. I just care about the wins. But when I was watching that game, I actually felt that Sporting played a lot better than us.
Really?
And if it wasn't for Raya, especially that save that he made, the game could have been very, very different. I don't think it was a solid performance. But again, it's all about the win. Now, regarding Bournemouth, this is a fixture that I feel can be tricky because the expectation is there. On paper, everyone says we should beat Bournemouth. But in reality, these are the kind of fixtures that I worry about. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I worry about it because of what's at stake. I think, you look at the Premier League and you look at the way that anybody can take points off of anybody, and you can't afford to go into any game believing that it's a done deal and that you're going to cruise to the 3 points. But I think for me, we've got to embrace this. Like we've got to enjoy it. And I know Arteta keeps saying that. I think it's really, really important that we get that mindset right because we're in this position because we've worked incredibly hard all season. In Arsenal's case, we're in this position because we've been doing a rebuild job for the best part of 5-6 years. And I would argue in the last couple of years, we've been in a position where we can actually win the big trophies. We haven't done it yet, but there's a wonderful opportunity in front of us. And you can't be you can't look at this game and go into it a bag of nerves, I don't think. And it's easier said than done, but you got to
listen to the man, Jay. Come on, listen to him.
Okay. I'm at a point now where I've seen enough of Max Dowman to say he should be starting for us. I don't care about age. I'm really not interested in that. If you're good enough, you are old enough. Now, one thing about him, he is going on the pitch without fear. He's going at defenders. They are scared to death of him. He has to start for me, along with Eze. And then, I don't think we've been great going forward, but our defence is going to be the reason why we will win the league. But he needs to play now because he can be the X factor.
Yeah, I'm wary of us putting all our title hopes on him because he's so young.
But it's not all the title hopes. It's not all of it.
But if Saka's back and Madueke's fit, and you're going Dowman, you got to start.
I'm saying you've got to start the form players, and everyone keeps talking about his age. By the way, sorry, how old was Yamal when he was playing week in, week out? How old was Yamal when he won the Euros? Like, this is a player that needs to be let off the leash. Let him go and play. Let him go and be one of the best young players in the world. Because if you keep saying, oh, let's protect him, he's got loads of time in front of him, how do you know? No one knows. He might go out next week and get injured and he can't play again.
How are you
Hopefully he doesn't, team, but I'm saying to you that he needs to play. He's that good.
Well, on the right?
Yeah. Saka's not in form.
Ahead of Madueke.
Saka's not in form.
Madueke's been playing well.
Yeah, Madueke's done all right, but I still feel like Max Dowman could be our X factor. He can go there and he can do things that others can't. And he's got, if I'm being 100% honest, I genuinely think he's got more natural ability than most of our attacking players in the squad.
Just quickly on this, Harry, because I want to get to a voice note. What's your response to that?
Yeah, I don't doubt that he's incredibly talented, and I don't doubt that he should play a role and play a part in tomorrow's game. I think actually one of the reasons he had the impact that he did, though, against Everton was because he came on at the right time when the game was in a certain state. I want to see him on the pitch as much as possible, but I'm wary, as I was going to say, of burdening him with that responsibility because he's 16 years old. And I think about what I was like at 16 years old. I didn't have the maturity to carry everyone's hopes.
Yeah, but but that
was at Everton. Rooney was doing it at Everton. There was no expectation.
I know we got a voice note coming, but I just need to talk about the players that have gone and done it. The players that do go in there at a young age. Musiala, Yamal, Pedri, like all these kind of players. Rooney when they was young. Fabregas. Have we forgotten about these players? Because they all went in at a very young age and they turned out to be greats.
They came in at a young age. Fabregas made his debut at 16. He wasn't starting in midfield for Arsenal at 16. When Rooney scored that goal against us at 16 years old, that was at Everton. They weren't challenging for the Premier League title. This is totally different.
Listen, it's an interesting debate. I think a lot of Arsenal fans would like to see him start. Whether he will or not, I'm not so sure. Listen, we want you guys to send in your voice notes. Terry has done just that. Let's have a listen.
I think for Arsenal, our next 3 games are going to be important and will define what happens for us with the Premier League this season. If we go 12 points ahead, I can't see City making them up even with 2 games in hand. And I think the title will be ours. Hopefully that comes through. But as I said, the next 3 games more important for us.
Yep, Harry, final word from you then. Do you agree with that? I mean, could the title even be decided this weekend?
No, I don't think it'll be decided this weekend.
Even if City drop points and Arsenal win, you think it's still live?
No, they've got a game in hand and we could potentially lose at the Etihad. So I still think it'll be live. But I think we've got an opportunity this weekend to take a massive step towards it. The thing is, every win that we put on the board, we're taking another step in the right direction because we're running out of games. So focus on ourselves. If they drop points, then great. It strengthens our position and we can start to feel that excitement. But for now, focus on our job. Don't worry about what they do. Every win is a step in the right direction, and that's what we got to be.
Just one quick one. Who would you start up front as a number 9? Havertz or Gyökeres? Just quickly.
On current form, Gyökeres.
Gyökeres. I'll second that. I agree. Thank you very much, Harry, as ever, bringing some calm, some sanity to proceedings. Lots more coming up on the title race throughout the day. We'll be hearing from the Arsenal manager, Mikel Arteta.